worldwide, but it gets much, much worse. Major stock brokerage account at Charles Schwab. This is millions and millions of people at Charles Schwab and both Fidelity are locked out of their accounts, prevented from selling to stop massive financial losses in the worst stock market rout that we've seen since Black Monday in 1987. Yes, both Charles Schwab and Fidelity locked customers out of their accounts, prevented them from selling their stocks in the worst calamitous day that we've seen on Wall Street in Japan since Black Monday. Of course, U.S. stocks collapsing over 1,000 points overnight. The entire system in tatters. Also, Anthony Blinken warning of an imminent event in the Middle East within the next 24 hours. Again, I've covered all of this. I predicted this. I told you that August 6th would mark the start of World War III. But here's what's getting really, really crazy, and I've warned about this, that you will be locked out of your bank accounts. This has actually happened. I have this from confirmed reports, not just from the media, but actual subscribers of AMTV that were trying to sell their stocks yesterday overnight. I'm a day ahead of you guys at both Charles Schwab and Fidelity. So please post and comment your story if this is you, if you were prohibited accessing your own money. I mean, why would these exchanges go down? You have to ask yourself that question, right? These are multi-billion-dollar platforms. They have more money than, most people. Like, they can't keep their stock exchanges open. So what you're starting to get a taste of is what I believe is coming, a precipitous, massive collapse in the United States. I'm talking multi-negative 10,000 point plus days. The VIX is soaring. Volatility is an indicator of collapsing stock markets. Again, in 2008 and 09, we had multiple days of down 2,000 points, down 5,000 points, up 3,000 points, down 5,000 points, up 3,000 points, bailouts, TARP. They told us that the whole system was going to implode. They told us congressmen actually said there would be martial law in the streets. That's a direct quote. A lot of you remember that. So I believe that the systemic event, this systemic collapse, the bank runs, the capital controls have just started. So I'm expecting full-blown negative 10,000 day stock market collapses in the very near future. I think this will play out in a matter of days, as overseas appears to be an indicator of not just the volatility coming to America, but the interconnectedness of all of it. Again, the whole westernized world's operating on fumes, bankruptcy, and debt. The United States has more debt than it ever has in the history of the world, so it's obviously going to collapse. Very easy to see commodities are soaring, gold is up, silver is up, real estate, of course, is a safe haven play. All of these assets have skyrocketed in a hyperinflationary collapse in recent years for a reason, because the smart money's been getting out. Everybody on Wall Street's out. Warren Buffett's out. He sold pretty much everything. All the major elites are out. All the major technologists have sold all of their stocks. So, folks, it is over. But what you should be worried about is when the ATMs stop working and the credit cards don't swipe. Again, America has been operating on a fume of bailouts and credit and debt and bankruptcy and a Ponzi scheme over the last, probably 20 years, since 2008 and 09. So I want you to think about it when the real liquidity shock hits. Okay, the fake wealth in the United States of America, most Americans that are completely in debt, along with all the politicians, won't be able to transact. And we're seeing this today with Charles Schwab locking people out of their accounts. Many of my subscribers locked out of their stock accounts at Charles Schwab, locked out of their accounts at Fidelity, and I'm expecting to see more and more of this in the coming days. Now, keep in mind, when the emergency is declared, what Anthony Blinken is warning about right now, he says less than 24 hours. He must watch my content or something, because I predicted World War III yesterday. But he says in less than 24 hours, they're expecting a major attack in the Middle East, focused on Israel. Says Iran is going to strike. So I want you to keep in mind, this is why the markets are roiling around right now, because the insiders already know what's going to happen next. Bank runs, capital controls, emergency financial lockdowns. banking systems and infrastructure will not work, just like what was proven, which I predicted at Charles Schwab and Fidelity, went down for several hours. Also, too, man, this is crazy. Like, they've prevented average Americans from selling and protecting from losses. I'm betting Americans have lost millions of dollars being locked out of their accounts. Like, imagine if you did this. Imagine if your company locked people out of their accounts during the stock market collapse meltdown like Charles Schwab and Fidelity. It's freaking absolutely amazing. And I'm sure why that happened is they're protecting their insiders, and they're probably protecting their own books. I'm sure Charles Schwab, all the elites, all these, scumbags have been basically selling, front-running retail investors to screw all of you tuning in. So again, at the end of the day, when the panic really sets in, this is how you know there's going to be a panic, because if you go to CNBC.com right now, it says, don't panic. That's what it says. So whenever they say don't do something, that actually means actually do it, right? Remember when they said 10 days to flatten the curve and then it lasted 2 years? Okay, same thing in the stock market. So if they're saying don't panic, expect a collapse for the next several, probably 12, 24 months. Keep in mind, during the Great Depression, it took over a decade to repair all the financial damage. When measured for inflation, you didn't break even for over 20 years. Now Americans are being slaughtered by hyperinflation, decreasing wages, massive debt, credit, and we're seeing this across the board. I mean, go look at most of your probably friends out there. Ask around, how's the real economy doing? How are people affording things? Where are food prices? Up. Where's rent? Up, up, up. Where's real estate? Up, up, up. Everything's up. Commodities, up, up, up. Gold is a canary in the coal mine. It is predicting systemic events, total grid down, massive collapse. The entire banking infrastructure is interconnected, ladies and gentlemen, just digits on a screen. So when you log into your stock account, maybe you see like $1 million, it's just digits. There's nothing physical backing it. You don't own it, and you're going to be locked out. This is why I've been telling you to buy physical assets, real assets you can touch, real assets that are outside of a system that's going to lock you out. Your bank accounts will be locked. We'll probably see this at the other major financial institutions soon. They don't have your money, ladies and gentlemen. There's a bigger systemic crisis coming to the United States and the westernized world than there's ever been. 2008 and 09 was a church picnic. You're drunken sailors of these politicians that have been spending all your money overseas in Ukraine, and all these phony wars are now going to bring down and crush the system in a financial lockdown, capital control emergency, as we're seeing today. 1,000-point Dow drop, 13% collapse in Japan, massive volatility. You're going to see volatility like this in the coming days and weeks. It gets much, 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 much worse. Again, if the major headlines say don't panic, then you know what to do. But I'm not telling you to panic. I'm telling you to get ahead of all of this. Of course, we've been right about it all. Told you to buy real estate, told you to get into real assets, told you to get out of the banks, told you to create private investments in security for you and your family, because again, you don't need to log in to a system that doesn't work when you own real estate. You just own it. You own a portfolio, democratized, along with my team and my father, for just $30K, you own beachfront. And you are locked in to all the upside of the future appreciation and the panic that is coming, just like the lockdowns 2020. Again, a lot of people didn't think real estate would skyrocket during the lockdowns. At 5X'd in Maui, went straight up. People panicked into real estate, especially high-end real estate, where they had safety and security for their family. These are the best investments in the world. Stocks are phony. They are useless paper. They're backed by nothing. They are IOUs. America is hyper-leveraged. America is in debt. Americans are broke. The real economy is in tatters. And by the way, if you haven't watched my video, I did an exclusive interview on Donut Factory late last evening. It was super late Thailand time, but I made sure that I stayed up for it so that I could do the broadcast, because of course this is an emergency situation. Please like and share. Leave a comment about you being locked out of your financial accounts. Again, locked out of Fidelity, locked out of Charles Schwab. I'm sure more of this will come. Again, This US stock market and these stock exchanges can't even handle a measly 1,000-point drop without locking you out of your accounts. So when this implodes, 10,000 points in a single day, man, you're not getting into anything. Your ATMs won't work. Your credit cards won't swipe. Visa will be down. American Express will be down. All of it will be down. The entire infrastructure will collapse into capital controls like I've been warning. This is why decentralization is so important. This is why I tell you, get out of the banks. This is why I told you to buy Bitcoin years ago. This is why I'm telling you that you need to get into something physical that you can actually hold in your hand, something that you actually understand, especially with no bank debt. Again, everything we own has no bank debt, no debt at all. So as the debt markets collapse, you have peace of mind, security, and the best investment class in the world. My father is booked the entire day. Of course, our phones have been ringing off the hook, so you're probably not going to be able to get in touch with him today. We have too many onboards storming in, panicking out of the system. As I told you that was going to happen, people wait, the last minute. I never understand it. They always wait till the panic hits, and then they start stampeding outside of the financial system. So the best thing you can do if you still want to get in, because my father is not available. He's probably not going to be available for at least today. I know he's completely booked up. I spoke with him via text earlier this morning. Record text and call volume is simply just onboard at islandproject.com. You can do it all yourself with a 3 to 5 minute app. I'll put a link down here in a minute. Hit the members tab and you can fund immediately to guarantee your entrance into islandproject.com. We accept crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, USDC, XRP, Ethereum, ACH, wire transfer. It's all done right through our system. It's very easy to do. So I'm telling you, it really is your final warning, guys. It's your final freaking warning. Black Monday hits Japan. Black Tuesday is coming to the United States. Expect multiple down days. Expect weeks of pain and downside and 10,000 point drops and your bank accounts being locked and you being prohibited from entering and accessing your own money. Again, the elites will always protect themselves, not you. Not you. Even these major billion-dollar corporations, which I've always kind of liked Charles Schwab, think they do a pretty good job, but obviously not yesterday, locking out customers, preventing them from trading, preventing them from selling, preventing them from opportunities. See, again, when the system collapses, you won't be able to move your money, folks. So 1,000 point drop, that's nothing. 10,000 point drops, 20,000 point drops, financial lockdowns, World War III exploding, like Antony Blinken is warning. It's all going to happen at once. You're not going to know what to do. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, the financial markets are crashing. Israel's under attack. America, there's insurgency. What am I going to do? I need food and water. The grid's down. The electricity's down. Oh my freaking gosh. You're going to be that much in a daze as the global cabal, satanic, evil elites launch asymmetric events worldwide and the largest black swans that your general predicted here, of course, at islandproject.com. Are you in? Have you bought our real estate yet? Are you a proud owner yet? Do you have at least 30 units? For 30 units, you own beachfront out of the system, protected in a safe zone, a hard asset creating cash flows, soon to be tokenized to multi-billions of dollars because we planned for this. We planned for the panic. Islandproject.com was built for World War III, hyperinflation, economic collapse, fiat money transfer into the new CBDCs. It was built for it. It was built for the tyranny coming to the West, the financial lockdowns, the panic. It was built for the bankruptcy filing of the United States. Complete meltdown. And again, they're throwing all of this in during the elections for a reason, by the way. It's all meant to distract, weaken the American population. In the final shakeout, you're going to have BlackRock, Warren Buffett buy everything on the cheap, just like 1929 when you've been absolutely destroyed. And then all these financial elites are going to buy your misery, take your property, take your real wealth, lock you out of your Schwab and Fidelity accounts once again, and the entire banking system, and then you're going to be completely owned. Then socialism is coming, universal basic income is coming. It's like the Mortal Kombat video game. Finish him! That's what's going on in America today. Finish him! So, I mean, honestly, I don't have a better explanation of what's really happening. And for those of you that grew up like I did with the Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat too, man. That was really cool. So you are in full-blown Mortal Kombat mode, ladies and gentlemen. Get your money out of the banks. Buy real assets. Join Island Project now. Invest at least $30,000 in beachfront with no bank debt outside of the system as it fails. Again, we built islandproject.com betting on the failure of the financial system in the United States. We've been right. We've become rich. We own the best properties in the world. Park City, Utah was named the best state in the country, which is why we just bought a $5.95 million ski lodge in Deer Valley, Utah with no bank debt. So instead of panicking, okay, instead of realizing you can't log into your stock exchange accounts, all you baby boomers out there, why don't you make the smart move and exit the system before a 10,000 stock market point day drop? Before financial lockdowns prohibit you from moving, transferring, or buying or selling your money. Have peace of mind. Tell your wife you need to get out of the banks now and buy this. You need to own this along with General Greene, who's been telling you this for a very long time. I never flip-flop. I never change my tune like other people you tune into. They're like, oh, Bitcoin's a scam, and then they say it's not a scam. And, you know, now they're promoting Bitcoin when they said it was a scam before. Like, I've never flip-flopped. I've told you the truth. I've had a major prediction for World War III going on for a very, very long time. Got Bitcoin right. Got the economic collapse right in 08 and 09. The war in Ukraine, the war in Israel. All of this is a setup. You're being shaken out by the financial cabal and the last blasting of the United States before the reset. So I love you guys. I love you. I hope you're in, man. I hope you're in. Like, do you think this is going to end well in America? Like, again, they're getting rid of America. They have plans for America, guy. All the politicians say that they're not going to do CBDCs. That's a lie. Everyone's moving to a CBDC. You're going to be on UBI CBDC soon. They'll call it something different, guys. It'll be called the Patriot coin, the Patriot Independence coin or something like that. They did the same thing post 9/11. Patriot Act destroyed Americans' liberty and freedom forever. You'll never get it back. That's why when you go through an airport, you're being felt up and totally, patted down and thrown through X-ray machines because your freedom is stolen forever during emergencies. Your financial wealth will and is currently being stolen. Even if the financial markets don't collapse, hyperinflation has stolen all of your real wealth. If home prices and rent prices, and this is soaring 5x every single year, you're done. You have no money left. You have no real wealth left. Americans need to wake up and understand this. So again, while other people are entertaining you online, telling you, oh, just tune into the next podcast, tune into the next episode, and they don't offer any solutions. They run Nike commercials and mainstream commercials in front of their content, tells you to kneel, destroys the United States. They have no solutions, no ideas for real change. It's just, hey, come to the comedy show. Buy a ticket to Joe Rogan's latest Netflix episode, as if that's going to save America. That will not save America. It's not saving you at all. What saves America is building like-minded communities like ours, investing in real property, getting super rich outside of the system, protecting you and your families, joining other like-minded Christians like myself and my father. That saves America. That rebuilds America. That makes it great. Not tuning into the next episode. Not a Netflix special. Not a Spotify deal. That is nothing. Not tuning into the next breaking news headline. That does nothing for you and your families at all. Again, we are about solutions here at islandproject.com, and what we have coming will be the most heinous, disgusting, tragic, horror, financial meltdown that you've ever seen. So again, you're being warned now. The markets are warning you, popping all over the world. Yen carry trade, imploding. All that debt's having to go back to Japan, repatriate. They're taking the money out of the markets. We're seeing systemic shock indicators in the U.S. Treasury market shaking like this. People are clamoring to get into their Charles Schwab accounts and they're locked out. So again, the American Ponzi scheme is finally coming to roost. The American economic bailout machine is finally paying the piper. and there's going to be massive systemic events because most Americans have complied. You've allowed these politicians and bankster class elite destroy you. You've given them trillions of dollars worth of bailouts without peacefully fighting back. You have failed to stand tall and not comply. We're not having any of it here at islandproject.com. We stand. We make our members rich. We buy the best assets in the world. We tell you the freaking truth. We don't run any advertising. We come up with real solutions, products, advantages, community organizing, infrastructure, asset classes, and we even invent beachfront ownership for just $30K with no bank debt. Again, I told you this years ago. It's why we don't have any bank debt. We're expecting banks to fail. What do people not understand about this? Your bank account is going to zero. Swipe the card, won't work. What's going to happen then to most Americans? Most Americans live on a fountain of debt, a fountain of credit card leverage. What are they going to do when it doesn't swipe anymore? It's going to happen. And then the solution will be heralded in by the financial cabal. Oh, terrible. We can't let that happen again. This is why more restrictions. This is why lockdowns. This is why capital controls. Sorry, you're in World War III now, too. It's not our fault that we're at World War III. I've said that for years. Once the financial markets tank, World War III will have exploded, so it's not their fault. Oh, whoopsie, World War III's here. We never could have predicted it. That's why the stock market's at zero and all of you guys are poor now, because they're going to throw in that wild card. They're going to throw in the Iran war now. You see what's going on? They're going to sprinkle a little asymmetric warfare in the Middle East. Right? It's their little hocus pocus is what they got. A little rabbit out of the hat. Don't blame them. Don't blame Jamie Dimon. Guys, it's not his fault. You're at World War III now. You got to back the war effort. Send your kids overseas to get slaughtered for a non-NATO country. These financial elitist evil bastards have it perfectly planned. Sprinkle a little World War III. Sprinkle a little debt collapse. Sprinkle a little yen carry trade repatriation. Sprinkle a little Black Monday, Black Swan, try to take Trump out, remove Biden poopy pants. They've got it all planned. You're watching a freaking circus. Exit the banks now, ladies and gentlemen, at islandproject.com. Yes, cash is trash. U.S. fiat is toilet sewer manure. Exit the dollars. Buy real stuff with us. Protect yourself, not denominated and worthless bankruptcy fiat trash currency. Buy Bitcoin, buy this dip. Get freaking rich with the general at islandproject.com. I love you so much. I always tell you the truth. Expect the worst in the U.S. financial system. And leave a comment if you've been locked out of your accounts at Schwab and Fidelity. We want to hear your pain. And that way, hopefully, more Americans might wake up and exit the system before it's too late. You could save somebody from losing everything. So think about that for a minute. Just even as a Christian and a God-fearing person, you could save somebody if you just got the word out like this video. Somebody, even if it's just one person, might make the move and protect their entire net worth and their family from the horrors of complete financial destruction and losses that will last multiple decades. Again, no guarantee that the market just pops up again because they cut interest rates. I actually think the stock market implodes on interest rate cuts, implodes on more financial engineering, which is what I told you is going to happen. Again, it's so obvious. Like, it's all one big charade, Ponzi scheme, and now you got World War III on a silver platter. So put a napkin right here. It's kind of like being at a fancy dinner. Okay, check your locked accounts over at Charles Schwab and get ready to eat your World War III main course. Okay, because that's what Americans are going to be going through very, very soon. We see this with a cultural collapse in the United States, a moral collapse, no family values at all, people miserable, unhealthy, poison. The food is poison, the air is poison, your government is poison. It's all poison. They're destroying you. They're pill popping all of you guys tuning in, right? They're giving you more pills to suck on. They're lowering and degrading your quality of life. As I've been traveling, I said it last night in my interview, everywhere I go, it's a better quality of life, it's cheaper, there's more value, people are happier, healthier, sexier, more amazing. You go to America, everyone's miserable, doesn't talk to each other, everyone's broke, everything's expensive, the quality of life sucks, the labor sucks, the cities are rotten, there's drug addicts everywhere, there's trash everywhere, they're unsafe. You can't walk into an American city without stepping on poop. It's absolute trash for a reason, because the global elites are destroying America by design, and they're creating division by design, and they have you entrapped in a fake two-party system that isn't real. Now they're going to steal all of your money and hyperinflate you into oblivion before resetting the system, buying all the crypto, stealing all of your bags, and then pumping the Ponzi scheme even higher for the financial elites once again. I guarantee Buffett will get even richer. He's going to buy the misery of every single middle-class family during the collapse, just like 2008-09 and just like 1929. And if he makes any mistakes, he just calls the Fed and gets a new fresh taxpayer bailout. So again, don't trust the plan, guys. Get the heck out of the financial system now and do it with the good guys and the winners that have been doing this for 20 years with a proven track record. I mean, at this point, I'm basically the Christian billionaire Nostradamus, for crying out loud. World War III will be declared August 6th. You heard it here first. Anthony Blinken says you've got hours left before Iran strikes Israel. Pray for our brothers and sisters in Israel. Pray for the world. Pray for America. Pray for European nations that are being invaded right now by armies of insurgents. Pray for American cities that'll soon probably be burning in the United States. Pray for people that didn't prep. Pray for people that don't have any food and water or gold or silver or real estate. Pray for people that haven't gotten out of the banking system. Pray for everybody that lost maybe millions of dollars, tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars yesterday when they were locked out of their Fidelity and Schwab accounts. I'm sure it's just the beginning, guys. It's going to get much worse. And when I hear the financial elites say, don't panic, that's when the alarm bells start going crazy, dude. That's when you start to run. That's when you get out before the pandemonium of the sheep. The ignorant sheep finally figures out that they've been hosed by a bankrupt, bailout, Ponzi, debt-ridden scheme. A hustle by the financial elites, and it's all over unless they exit immediately. So, again, guys, I mean, what did you expect? What did you expect? I mean, you've been allowing these politicians for years just Ponzi everything up right on your faces. You've allowed them to control information. And, you know, so many people complied in 2020. What's wrong with you? This is why your life sucks. It's why you're not rich. It's why you're unhealthy. It's why you're fat. It's why turbo cancers are on the rise. The American people must rise. Again, we are the founding fathers of the resistance. We are the founding fathers of the new America. We are the Navy SEAL team of Jesus Christ. We are the spiritual warriors for good, prosperity, salvation, the name of the King. We never back down. We always tell you the truth. The Nostradamus prognosticator of all these geopolitical events. World War III is here. Links below. Again, my father's way too busy to take a text or call today. So if you want to onboard, you're going to have to do it direct. It's super easy. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, islandproject.com. Fill out an app. See our financial disclaimers. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not one of those scumbag financial advisors that told you to stay away from Bitcoin. I told you to buy it. If you listen to me, and these are just my opinions, of course, you're rich now. But your financial advisor told you to stay out. So did Trump. So did all these people. Now they're touting it. Now BlackRock's moving in. They're coming to bang, hustle all of you. And it's what they've been doing. Hyperinflation will continue. These properties will continue to soar. The best real estate in the world is going to continue to go up, up, up. During the panic, financial lockdowns, more people will flock to real estate like this to exit the system. People are going to be internationalizing themselves. This is why you see me overseas, because I already knew this. I told you it's going to be BOMBs bursting in air in July. BOMBs bursting in air in August. I told you it's going to be a big fireworks show. And it's exactly what it is. Again, America is rigged. It has been for a long time. So participate in the system and screw yourself. Gift your family infinite tyranny and debt slavery, or stand up like a real American. Instead of just parroting some stupid slogan like "Make America Great Again," why don't you actually suck up and grab your diamond nuts and actually deploy capital with us? Why don't you do something real? like actually real, instead of, well, I'm going to place a vote, they make America great again. It's not going to do anything, guys. And tuning into the latest Netflix show does nothing. It's only made America an idiocracy. Just like Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt at the Republican National Convention. A freaking laughing stock comedic joke. A freaking dumpster fire like Family Guy. I'm a dumpster baby. If you've seen that episode, it's a dumpster fire in the United States. And the US stock market is a dumpster fire. And these companies are leveraged, and all the elites have sold. Again, take a look at what the elites are doing. They're buying more real estate in Maui, more real estate in Bali. Trump just bought tens of millions of dollars in Bali, new real estate, his real estate company. A lot of you don't know that. Jeff Bezos buying beachfront all over Maui. He's my neighbor in Maui. We own property right next to Jeff Bezos. Teal, neighbor in Maui. They're all buying real estate. Larry Ellison owns the entire island. They're upgrading yachts. Jeff Bezos is upgrading his yacht and his new wife. Do what they do. They're out, baby. They're getting out. They've hosed this financial system. They're out. They're exiting before America's collapse. Wake up. Exit now. Get into real assets. Stop being a weak. Change your brokey mindset. For all you brokies out there, I can't do it. My dog ate my homework this week, Christopher. I'm weak. I'm destitute. No, it's your brokey mindset which makes you weak. It's your lack of faith. You're a disgrace to the guy upstairs. Looking at some weakling he gave all his gifts to, can't handle life. Come on, wake up. Get up. Click the link below. Last chance to onboard. Last chance to onboard. You can text my dad at 808-442-2934, but it'll probably take them at least several days to get back to you guys now that Americans are finally panicking in the final collapse shakeout of the westernized world. It's gonna be crazy, dude. It's gonna be crazy. A lot of great opportunities, though, in crypto are now popping up. So we'll be seizing all of that, of course, as well. Again, we predicted it, so it's, we knew when Trump started touting Bitcoin, markets were gonna dump. I tweeted that. I said, now that Trump sold it and started talking about it, expect it to dump. He's buying. He's probably buying right now along with his team. You know, the thing he called a scam? So anyways, I'll tell you what the scam is. America. That's the freaking scam. Your financial system is a scam, ladies and gentlemen. Fractional reserve banking based on debt is a scam. Your politicians are a scam. Your financial advisor is a scam. Wake up. Bitcoin is real money. Real estate is real wealth. I'm freaking real. No advertising, no Netflix specials, no selling out to Spotify or the History Channel. I've had the offers, but you've noticed I never have. I'm the truly independent warrior, spiritual, financial, economic, diamond nuts, general, baller, warrior for truth and liberty. And I always have been. Sad thing is we can't save everybody. I know a lot of people just want to tune into Netflix later tonight and do nothing. So you deserve, and I pray for it the other way. I mean, I pray for your soul, but enjoy collapse and get a big spoon, because the financial elites have a big pile of poo to feed all of you guys, and it's going to be disgusting. It's going to be the worst poop that you ever put in your mouth. Fidelity locked Americans out of their accounts. Charles Schwab locked Americans out of their accounts. I'm calling you out, Schwab and Fidelity. I'm freaking calling you out. If any of you tuning in and any of your companies did that, you would be in big, big trouble. Just like Jamie Dimon hosed the entire financial system in 2008-09. He gets a reward for it. Hey, good job, Jamie Dimon, for trafficking Jeffrey Epstein Island all these years and giving Epstein all of his banking accounts to run that racket. He gets a reward and a bailout from your criminal politicians. It's disgusting. Wake up. Save the children. Save yourself. God first. Faith first. Execute on the best investment in the world. Get in with us today. Own a piece of the rock for just $30K. Diversify into Thailand along with us. We already own Maui. We already own Oahu, Waikiki, Kaanapali, Kapalua, Deer Valley, Utah. Soon to be Bali, Dubai, Singapore. The list goes on and on. Diversify now. We know what's going to happen. There's more money to be made than there ever has been in history during disruption and collapse. Crypto's a guaranteed thing. Bitcoin's guaranteed. It's a political topic now, for crying out loud. It's a freaking guarantee. Why wouldn't you get rich? See, I learned this a long time ago. Instead of just signing deals for Netflix specials, I could actually take my own advice and just get rich. And then I could make all my members rich, which is exactly what we're doing. Again, actions speak louder than words, not media or bullcrap entertainment, or tune into the next episode, or buy bone broth as some fat guy tells you to buy it. Yeah, buy bone broth. I've never been more overweight. It's not going to do anything, guys. Get in shape, get married, have kids, remove your current kids from the system, homeschool all of your children, get off these pills that all the doctors are popping you. Okay, that way you don't get turbo cancer. Eat healthy. Okay, remove all these ill things from your life. Start exercising. Do some crunches today, along with the general. Give me 20. Do some push-ups, make love to your wife, be a real man. If you don't have a girlfriend, I want you to go out today and find the prettiest, hottest chick you can find and go up, be completely polite and say, hey, you know, I want to take you out on a date. Start the business you haven't started, go live your life. Go take a jet ski out, take a yacht out today. Stop failing to live your life. Stop overestimating you have time. You don't. You know, once World War III hits, who knows? I mean, the gloves are off at that point. I don't know what's going to happen. I might just be watching one giant, big, mushroom cloud in the distance with a, little champagne or something. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen. So, I mean, guys, like, people tell me all the time, America's so safe. I don't think America's safe at all. I think the next Nagasaki, Hiroshima hits American cities, in my opinion. I pray it doesn't happen. I think that's where the next Nagasaki is going to be. So I don't know what Americans are talking about. Well, it's so safe here. It's so great. Yeah, your hyperinflation is wonderful. Your no wealth is so amazing. Oh, it's fantastic over there. The fact that you can't afford anything. Oh, those cities with all those drug addicts and needles littered everywhere is so amazing. Oh, I love it there. It's so unsafe. I can't even walk outside. I mean, I have no idea what Americans are talking about. You think it's safe in the United States? I think it's unsafe. Again, the rest of the world hates America. Iran don't like America. None of these countries do. They've been meddling in all these foreign wars for years. I'm telling you, history is our guide. History is our guide. The next Hiroshima and Nagasaki, God forbid I pray against it, pray I'm wrong, but I really do believe this. Like I'm not being hyperbolic. I believe it hits U.S. cities. That's what I think is going to happen. Vaporization. Vaporized. Just like Japan in the Second World War. So don't think you're all, up on your cocky little stool of America's the greatest country in the world. No, it once was. Even Donald Trump says that. America sucks. Make it great again. He's got to repair the damage of a sucky system. So again, what I say is instead of voting, vote with your wallets. Deploy your capital with the general. Get rich. I'll tell you this. If Trump gets in, you ain't going to make any money. If Trump gets in, the only guy that's going to get richer is Trump, not you tuning in. When Trump gets in, you're not going to earn any cash flows. When Trump gets in, you're not going to own any more Bitcoin, guys. Like, are you out of your mind? Voting ain't going to do anything. Not going to do nothing. Nothing at all. And I already warned you that they'll blame the financial collapse on Trump. They already are. I already saw this. I already saw this on CNBC. They showed a Trump hat with the market going down 1,000 points. Like it's his fault. He's not even in office, for crying out loud. And again, while Americans, the stupid, idiotic, mind-controlled, compliant sheep, fixate more attention on Haktua girl, a slut. I mean, that's what America has become. They focus on that, but not solving any real problems. That's popular in America, an idiocracy. A stupid, comedy, disgusting, cultureless, no family value whore. Babylon's whore is what America has become. I won't stand for any of it. I lead by example. I'll teach my kids the family values that they need to learn. I'll show them the way. I teach all my kids to be entrepreneurs. I tell them, always buy a Rolex, always drive a Lambo, always make tons of money, always dominate. I tell my kids always to win. Solve problems, solutions, don't be weak, grow up, be a man. That's what I tell all my kids. I don't tell them to follow the system. If I told them to do that, they'd be weak, subservient, slaves, brokies. They would have no hope for the future. They'd be out of shape. They wouldn't be in a real relationship. They'd be playing video games every single day, and they'd be hating themselves and their lives. They would be told that they're bad. Oh, you're not, culturally appropriating enough or something. Remove yourself from the system is what I'm telling you. Stop playing games with your life and your freedom and your liberty. Bet on the sure thing and join the winning team. IslandProject.com, the digital Noah's Ark. It's going to get bad. And I'll be here to report when the market really starts tanking. It's going to be a freaking bloodbath. It's going to be terrible. Links below. Safety, certainty, real. You can use it, okay? Book a trip. Text Papa John, on board now. Get a statement at the end of the year, filed with regulators 2 years ago. You own $33.5 million worth of real estate. It's pretty awesome, right? For just 30 grand. For 30 grand, you own real estate. It's not that complicated. Soon to be tokenized. We're going to tokenize into America's collapse. That's how I planned it. That's actually when we launched. During the last crypto bear market. That's when I called my dad, said, go time. And I talked to him yesterday too. I said, this is the big event. Just like I told you, people are going to panic into real assets. There's going to be a panic into beach and ocean front, especially international, with all the remote work and the fact that you can exit the country once Nagasaki or Hiroshima erupts, takes out a couple American cities. People are going to think a little differently about their safety in the USA. And it ain't safe, guys. The cities aren't safe. Exit the cities and major dense population zones now, or don't. Take a look around you, man. When the grid goes down, it's going to be a freaking insane asylum. Soccer moms will be pushing and shoving other soccer moms and, climbing over the apple carts of your grocery store, and grown men are going to poop themselves. We saw them do this in 2020. Grown men pooping themselves. They were so fearful. What a bunch of just weak ass Americans. So fearful in 2020. Oh my gosh, there's this thing going around. What are we gonna do? Let's just put our head in the sand. Weak ass men, man. Weak ass men. Weak. Grow some freaking testosterone, for crying out loud. Grow some diamond nuts. My gosh, you weak, compliant fools. Remember, people like me were told it was going to be a severe winter of illness and death. No, it wasn't. Healthier than ever, richer than ever, more successful than ever. In fact, we took advantage of what they said. We took advantage of what we knew was a guarantee that they were lying. We took advantage of the fact we knew they were stoking hyperinflation. See? I took my own advice along with my members. I just did the opposite of what they said. They told me to be safe. I told them to take a hike. I became bigger and bolder. They tell me to sit, I stand. They tell me to stand, I sit. I do the exact opposite. They tell me not to panic, I panic. They tell me to panic, I feel fine. Cool as a cucumber. Right? So again, you're being lied to. You're being scammed by the system. This is the final shakeout of the United States. Now they're going to take physical action, and it's going to be on their hands. Just like Anthony Blinken is telling you, you got hours left before Iran makes a move. So again, don't be surprised when an American city gets vaporized. Don't be surprised, guys. It's not going to be surprising at all. In fact, the only thing that surprises me, it hasn't happened sooner. That's what I'm surprised about. Real people like me know this truth, by the way. We're smarter than the system, and we're smarter than the machine, and we're rich because of it. John, I love you. Maddie, I love you. God bless you. John, famous last words. Good luck to you out there in the pandemonium of the city streets. Seek and you shall find. I love you. Nick, getting your coffee. Yeah, Steve F1. I just want to commend all of you real Americans and real men out there, you real women, you ballers, you non-compliant 1000Xers, you patriots, you amazing God-fearing Christ-first individuals. I just want to commend you. It is an honor building an army in the name of the Lord and establishing the kingdom of God before his imminent return. It is an honor. I just want you to know I stand with all of you. I stand with all of you. We fight for peace, love, prosperity, liberty. We fight just like the founding fathers for your success. I fight every single day that you'll change your mindset, that you will grow 1000x in your actions and your intention. I pray for everyone tuning in that you will build beautiful families and have lots of children and remove them outside of the system. I pray for your success, your prosperity. I pray that you help us build the infrastructure to continue dominating and rebuilding and establishing new Americana. I pray that you don't live in fear. I pray that you live in abundance. I pray that you think about what you actually want in life and not the opposite. I pray that you actually take life, the bull by the horns, and you ride that, man. And you don't overestimate how much time you have. So I'm sure the people in Nagasaki and Hiroshima didn't think they would be vaporized right when it hit. It's kind of like America now. It'll never happen here, Christopher. I'm too busy sipping on my Gatorade right now and my Red Bull. I don't think it'll ever happen here. I got a Netflix episode to watch. I hear there's a new Republican convention coming up, too. It'll never happen here. It's just like the idiocracy. Remember the guy?
I like money. I like money.
That's about the IQ of the average American now.
Nah, nah, nah. Hanya? I got that. Hanya.
I even sound like the Godfather there.
You know, you come to me out as a... Hey, why you being like a woman, yeah, huh? Huh? Come here for a second. Come here for a second. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse here. Instead of make America great again, why don't you just grow some freaking diamonds? Why don't you just grow some freaking diamonds and all aboard with me? The Godfather. The Godfather. Michael, come over here for a minute. Come over here, Michael. Come on, what's so wrong with Americans today? Have some morals and some class. Buy some real estate. 30K minimum, get in. What's wrong with Fidelity and Charles Schwab taking people's money? I'll make these people an offer they can't refuse. I'm gonna buy more places in Thailand. I'm gonna buy more places in Malibu. Malibu. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. See, you never saw The Godfather Part 4. You're watching it now with the general. The general. The general. Yeah, everything in life is 1000x mentality. Everything in life is just having some diamond nuts. Everything in life is buying the dip and getting your money out of the freaking banks before the Antichrist. Yeah, I don't pretend to be a perfect man, but, you know, I do find solutions for my people. I protect my people. That's right. That's right. Michael, come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. That breaks my heart. He broke my heart, America. He broke my wrecking heart, America. He broke my heart. And then he pulled me back in. He pulled me back in. Michael. Michael. It was an abortion, Michael. An abortion. I would not have another one of your children, Michael. Love that movie. Oh, I wish I could play the theme song, but I can't get away with it. Links below. Get in today. John the Godfather.